Hey, Jacob Bock here, greeting you from Union City at a bed and breakfast, Victorian, 1876. You know, the other day I was with my foster folks, Mike and Jean Elias, and they said, you know what, you need a GPS. And I said, you know what, I do. But no, we'll go out and get you one. I said, oh man, you know what, I've been wanting one for 2 years. And so they went out and got me a GPS, and then they said, let's go out to Edwards Apple Orchard in Rockford, Illinois, and you set it to Edwards Apple Orchard, and you just follow us. And so we were following them, my family and I, and they were taking all these wrong turns. And every time they would take a wrong turn, the GPS that they gave me would say recalculating. For example, this is what it sounded like.
Recalculating. Continue 0.3 miles, then make a U-turn.
And so they took all these wrong turns, but they did it on purpose. And I think it was because Mike was thinking, you know, if I take enough wrong turns and this lady keeps on recalculating, pretty soon she's going to get all frustrated and say, you know, you idiot, I told you to turn right, not left. I'm going to shut down if you don't start obeying my orders. You know, but the gal just calmly says, recalculating. And she always gets you back on track. And sooner or later, we ended up at Edwards Apple Orchard. And you know, my daughter, Sue, she's 16, she said, you know, Dad, that's a great sermon illustration. And I says, okay, explain it to me. She talked about, you know, how sometimes we get off track and how God just recalculates and gets us back on track. And you know, that got me to thinking that's so much like the way it is with our lives. You know, we just, we love God, and you love God, and you say, you know, I want to follow Him, I want to get to my destination, I want to be in His perfect will, and sometimes we mess up. You know, we don't hear God's voice. We go left instead of right, and we thought we heard God's voice, but we made a mistake. And you know, God's not up in heaven, and He's not up there saying, you know, you idiot. How many times do I have? He's not wringing his hands, wondering, you know, how am I going to get him out of this pickle? He just says, recalculating. We'll get you back on course. And you know, if you delight yourself in the Lord, He'll direct your paths. And I delight in the Lord, and I can tell you this: I haven't always made the right choices and always the right decisions. That if you delight yourself in God, and if you love Him with all your heart, you know, even if you mess up, He'll recalculate and get you back on course.